Please all stand for the prayer. So anyone who will lead the prayer. Okay, miss. Please lead the prayer. Amen. So good morning, class. Before you take your seat, please pick up some pieces of paper under your chair and arrange your chair properly. And Miss Secretary, please check the attendance. Okay, no absent for today, so very good. So before we start our class, let me present to you our classroom rules. So I have 3 classroom rules. First is be quiet when the teacher is talking. Second is respect and listen when your classmates share their ideas. And the last one is raise your hand if you have a question or if you want to answer. Is that clear, class? Okay, very good. Now, who can recall our topic last meeting? Okay, mister? Okay, very good. So our topic last meeting is all about antiderivative. So what is antiderivative, miss? Okay, very good. It seems you can still remember our topic last meeting. Now, let's proceed to our new topic. But before that, let me introduce to you our objectives. So please read, everyone. At the end of the lesson, the student should be able to A. Identify what is derivative function. B. Compute derivative of basic function using the power rule and constant multiple rule. And C. Show interest during the class discussion and group activity. Okay, class. But before we start our discussion, let's have an activity first. Our activity called Arrange and Pace Me. So you will be divided into 2 groups. So each group will provided a jumbled letters. So count 1 to 2, class. Okay, so 2 is the last number. So go to your respective groups now. So here's the jumbled letters of group 1 and 2. Okay, very good, class. How did you find the activity? Okay. Was it easy to you to find the words? Okay, very good. Now let's define what derivative function is by completing the sentence. So anyone who wants to volunteer to answer our activity? Okay, very good, everyone. So anyone here, do you have any idea what is our topic for today? Okay, mister? Okay, very good. So our topic for today is all about derivative function. So what is derivative function, miss? Okay, very good. Derivative function. So here's our topic for today, derivative function. So very good, class. So derivative function is the process of finding the rate of change of quantity with respect to another quantity. So if we say derivative, so every derivative constant is equal to 0. As you can see here, g over gx constant equals to 0. So for example, so we have an example here. So our example is g over gx, quantity of 5 equals 0, and g over gx, quantity of negative 7 equals to 0. So what if the derivative is x squared and 4x to the raised power of 7? So there is something we call power rule and constant multiple rule. So what is power rule? So power rule, refers to a fundamental rule used to differentiate function of the form x to the raised power of n. So the formula of power rule is g over gx is the quantity of x to the raised power of n equals to nx to the raised power of n minus 1. So example, we have an example here. So g over gx, so the derivative of x squared. So to get the answer of the derivative of x squared, we're gonna use the formula first of power rule. So d over dx, quantity of x to the raised power of n equals to nx to the raised power of n minus 1. So d over dx, gonna copy the x squared equals to 2x to the raised power of 2 minus 1. So our derivative of x to the x squared is 2x. So we have another example of power rule. So derivative of x cubed. So g over gx equals to x cubed equals to 3x to the raised power of 3 minus 1. So our derivative of x cubed is 3x to 3x cubed. So now, let's proceed to constant multiple rule. So what is constant multiple rule? So constant multiple rule constant multiple rule is the derivative of constant multiplied by a function is equal to the constant multiplied by the derivative of the function. So the formula of constant multiple rule is g over gx, quantity of c times fx equals to c times g over gx fx. So we have an example here. So the derivative of 4x to the raised power of 7. So g over gx, so to get the answer of derivative of 4x to the raised power of 7, we can apply the formula of constant multiple rule. So the formula of constant multiple rule is g over gx, c times fx equals to c times d over gx fx. Then next, we're gonna apply the example. So g over gx, 4x to the raised power of 7 equals 4 times g over gx x to the raised of power 7. So equals 4 times 7x to the raised of power of 7 minus 1. We're gonna subtract this to get the 6. So 4 times 7 to the 7x to the raised power of 6. So we're gonna multiply 4 and 7. So the answer of derivative of 4x to the raised power of 7 is 28x to the raised power of 6. So do you understand, class? Okay, now it seems you understand the topic. I have some question for you. So what is derivative, miss? Okay, very good. So what is the formula of power rule? Okay, mister? Okay, very good. And what is the formula of constant multiple rule? Mrs. Miss. Okay, very good. Now, it seems you understand our topic. Let's proceed to our next activity. So this activity is called derivative rates. So with the same group, so go to your respective groups. So I have some derivative function here that you differentiate and calculate. So here's the group 1 and group 2. Okay, very good, class. So the first group that pays on the board is group 1. So they win this activity. So now let's proceed to our evaluation. So get 1/4 sheet of paper.